Hi, everyone, and welcome to the 11th webinar of the IBM Digital Nation Africa webinar series. As you know, today's topic is how to create a powerful LinkedIn profile. My name is Fatma Jamal. I work as a marketing and communications specialist for the IBM Digital Nation Africa program. I have been presenting the soft skills series, and oh my God, guys, today's the last one for this series. How are you feeling about that? So, like Varut said, we will be, we would love to know if you want to have like more soft skills topics. If you do, then we'll make sure that we include them in our coming series. So actually, Varud is preparing a poll for you. So while I walk you through this, she's just going to open the poll. So make sure that you answered that. Right. So that's me, if you didn't know. Okay. And then, all right. So let's talk about the Digital Nation platform, right? I'll just give you a very brief introduction because today we have a lot of content to digest. So I'll literally just touch on this, okay? With the IBM Digital Nation platform, you can learn. So we offer a wide range of courses and tools to help you learn about the latest technology trends. You can earn IBM digital badges, which are verified proof of your achievements. They're recognized, respected, and you can include them on your resume and even share them on social media platforms such as LinkedIn. You can innovate. The platform gives you inspiration on how to build different solutions, gives you the foundation of design thinking, and then you can go ahead and build solutions using the free services of IBM Cloud Light. You can even use the platform to find jobs, right? We have the Job Advisor tool. It's a way for you to search and connect with a pool of jobs that are relevant to your skills. You can search by keyword, location, company, or even job roles. It will also provide it will also perform a skill gap analysis and recommend a learning path based on any missing skills that you may have. Let's go see the landing page very quickly. So here's the landing page. If you haven't joined already, please do so. You can click join for free or register for free, okay? And this keeps asking me, and I'll say remind me tomorrow. There we go. We have 3 journeys: the Explorer, Innovator, Newcomer. The Explorer journey is a series of short videos, very quick to learn, introduces you to the key emerging technologies. Then we have the Innovator Journey, where you can create your own digital solutions. We start off by inspiring you, followed by an introduction to design thinking, and then practical project-based courses. And you also get a free access to the IBM Cloud Light account. And then we have the Newcomer series. This is where you can access in-depth courses on emerging technologies. All the courses in the Newcomer journey are aligned to the latest job roles in the market. Now let's go back to our presentation. There we go. All right, so I want to know from all of you, how many of you are actually familiar with LinkedIn? You can use the chat to answer, or you can even unmute yourself and answer. But I think chat is the best way in case a lot of you want to answer. So let me know. Jude says me. Good to know. Me too. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, but you don't know how to use it. No issues. We're going to go through it. We'll go step by step. All right, so what is LinkedIn, right? So LinkedIn is basically a social network for professionals. And although it's one of the most popular social network platforms, many people still don't have an idea on how to use it to obtain the maximum benefit, right? So whether you're a marketing executive, or you are a business owner, or a college student looking for your first job, LinkedIn is for anyone who who wants to take their professional life more seriously, who wants to connect to new opportunities, connect with other professionals. So it's basically Facebook for professionals. You can take it like that, okay? It's also, you can think of it as a big virtual networking event, okay? Because imagine like you're going to a traditional networking event where you go, you're going to meet other professionals in person, you'll talk to them a bit about what you do, you'll exchange business cards. So this is all just happening online. So it's a big virtual networking event. On LinkedIn, you will network with people by adding them as connections, similar to how you would send a Facebook request to different people on Facebook. You can converse via private messages, and and you can also see a person's professional experience and achievements all laid out neatly on the profile. Of course, we're going to go into the details of this, so don't worry. I'm just giving a very brief introduction. So LinkedIn is very similar to Facebook in terms of layout and broad feature offerings. So obviously these features are more specialized for professionals, but in general, like if you know how to use Facebook, you will know your way around LinkedIn. It's somewhat comparable, okay? So tell me this, before we dive into each and every section, I want to know, how do you think recruiters search for people on LinkedIn? And guys, to all those who are just joining now, you can answer this question on the chat. Right, so Jude said hashtags. All right, come on guys, skills. I need you guys to participate, because, you know, the more you participate, the more you're active in these webinars, the more you'll get out of it. So I really, really encourage you. Jude is so active. I'm so happy to see that. Thank you, Jude. We have Abraham, professional experience. Jude, again, share more course. Okay, Johan, experience. Good, 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 good. So all of these answers are correct, but there is one very, very, very important thing over here, okay? That is keywords. It's all about keywords, guys. I'm not sure if you guys were present in our previous soft skills webinars. So we spoke about the importance of keywords in cover letter and resume. It's the same thing here. Okay, so what recruiters do is they basically take skill sets plus some other things like geography, technologies, and they put them all into LinkedIn search. Okay, and once they click search, there will be a list of candidates that will meet those qualifications, right? And as you can see, this is a much more effective way for a recruiter to find the right talent. So you will be able to, you can probably understand why optimizing your profile and using the right keywords can really increase the chances of you being in the recruiter's list, right? That is the secret for LinkedIn, guys, okay? Because if you know how to optimize your profile, and by optimizing, I mean creating it in a way that that is correct and that is to the point, you can really show up in the list of all recruiters, right? So, and of course, if you show up in the recruiters list, then you are more likely to be contacted for an opportunity that you didn't know about, right? So think of this as a building, you're building a tool online, okay, which will make companies, all the ones that you always wanted to work for, notice you. So this is your chance to market yourself publicly, right? So this is what I did for this webinar. Okay, I created a dummy profile for you guys. So just so I can walk you through each and every section as if you just created your profile. Okay. So after you sign up, you're going to see this page. Okay. So literally all I've done is I've just signed up for the platform. Okay. And then you will see this page. And this is a landing page. So this is like your Facebook feed. Right? So on the top, you have home. Every time you click home, you will come here. Then you have the job section. Then you have My Network. So My Network is where when you click on it, you will see all the people you've added, okay? And all the people that will be suggested friends. Like, you know how it's also there on Facebook? So it's a similar thing, okay? And then you have Jobs, which is, this is where all companies will post jobs, okay? So you can see a list and you can actually search by what you want to work, where you want to work, or the job role that you're looking for, okay? Then you have messaging. This is like Facebook Messenger. So you can actually have direct private messages here from your network or recruiters, okay? And then the notifications tab, obviously this is obvious, all the notifications. So someone added you, someone viewed your profile, you're gonna see it here. And then we have the Me tab right here, the one that I have expanded right over here. This is very, very important. This will allow you to go to your profile. It will allow you to change settings. It will allow you to set language, manage post activities, all of that, right? So let's go to our profile. Right. So in the beginning, I know this is not like the best screenshot, but I just wanted to show you how your LinkedIn profile will look when you first create your profile, okay? So this is the overall picture, okay? I will be zooming into each and every section. This is just an overview. So on the top section, on the main section is at the top right here, okay? So we have, this is where you can add your picture and your cover photo. Then over here, you can see there is something called like the profile strength. So when you join very recently, like if you're a new user to LinkedIn, it's going to show you your profile strength, okay? So right now it's showing, it's not, it just says it's a beginner because I just joined. As we fill each and every section, you will see how the strength will go up, okay? And then we have the dashboard over here. That'll tell you who has seen your profile or how many times you appeared in any sort of search. We also have education over here and interests. Right. So let's start with the first section. So when you click on the edit icon on the left right here, so this is the first section, profile picture, cover photo, everything. So you click on the edit icon over here, and then you will see the following screen. Okay? Any confusion so far? Just make sure if you haven't been able to follow me or want me to repeat a particular slide, I can do that. If you have questions, you can post them, and I will answer all of them at the end of the webinar, okay? But if you cannot follow me, if I'm too fast, just let me know, guys, okay? All right, so the first thing over here is your photograph. Now, the good thing is that your photograph does not have to be professionally done, okay? You just need good lighting, a neutral backdrop, but the most important aspect of your picture is that you need to be seen as somebody who's approachable, okay? So not somebody who's grumpy and in a bad mood, but somebody who's approachable, friendly, has a vibrant personality, okay? So I want to feel like that I want to reach out to you, that I would actually want to work with you, you know? Or you should be somebody that I would actually want to take to my hiring manager and say that, oh, you know, I found this profile, very, very colorful, very vibrant personality, it seems, right? I would like to add here, though, this opinion varies, okay? So this is, you will see like a 50-50. Some people say no, like LinkedIn pictures need to be very, very strict, and you know, you have to have a very serious face and very, very professionally taken. So how I would suggest it is that it may be worth seeing what the norm is in your country, okay, and how the work culture is. So if it needs to be professionally done, then it needs to be professionally done. So you can do that. Right. So to add a profile picture, you'll click on the camera icon, right? and then you can select from the files in your computer. Once it uploads, you can move it around, make sure that it fits inside the circle. You do have the option to zoom in over here. But this picture is already pre-zoomed in, so I don't want to zoom any further. By the way, this is not me. This is just an example, just so you guys know. All right. I want to. This is the right time to talk a little bit about that when you're selecting your photograph, you should consider some key things. Okay, make sure that your photograph is recent. Okay, so because you would want people to recognize you based on this picture, right? So update it every once in a while. Also consider like proper framing. Make sure that people can see and recognize your face. So don't have a picture that's so zoomed out that I can see like your entire body and I don't even know, like I can't even see your face, right? That is not what we want. So I have seen a lot of pictures like that. So make sure it's not like that. And of course, the quality of your picture, right? You don't want to use a blurry or pixelated picture at all, right? Right, so I have my profile picture in. Now, the next option is that I can actually change the background photo. Now, in the account we're creating, you'll see that there's a standard default background here. This is fine, especially if you're a student and just looking for jobs. But a great way, to make your account pop and really stand out is to add a customized background picture. But it's also important to understand that this background photo is different from the one you use on Twitter or Facebook, right? Because over here, your image needs to connect back to who you are as a professional. Whereas on Facebook and Twitter, we're very casual, right? And it's more about like fun things. So this needs to be a bit different. So like for example, Richard Branson, right, the founder at Virgin Group, he chose an image of the sky and clouds for his cover photo. And it makes sense because he is the head of a major airline and aerospace company, right? So if you love writing and that's where you want your career to go, then you can pick something with writing, right? Essentially, anything that, your cover picture should tell your professional story in a visual way. And because it's so prominently displayed on your profile, you really want to make sure that it represents you well, right? Let me show you, not show you, but like I'll for example, like if you're a student, you can put up a picture of an industry that you really want to work in, right? So let's say you're a medical student, you want to work for healthcare, right? So pick a picture on healthcare. If you're a writer, put a photo of books, magazines, or newspapers, right? If you're a graphic designer, select an image that you have created, right? If you're an architect, you can put blueprints and so on. Now, let's get to headline. Okay, this is a very, 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 very important part of your LinkedIn profile. I really cannot stress enough how important this is, okay? Basically, when recruiters are searching for you inside the LinkedIn platform, they are going to be putting in keywords, okay? So it's just like the internet, right? Like it's what it's going to do. They're going to put in keywords, and LinkedIn is going to go through and look at everyone's profile and determine who has those keywords and how many times have those keywords actually shown on the profile. So if you have those keywords in your headline, you actually improve your chances of moving up in the search results of the recruiter, okay? So what should you do here? Well, you need to do a bit of homework, right? You need to think about what sort of jobs are you looking for. So let's say you're looking for a job in marketing, right? And because you're a marketing student, you need to think about all the keywords that, the keywords that are very important for the marketing industry and at the same time also define you, right? So you shouldn't just put in any keywords, but keywords that are actually your skills as well and are in demand. Okay, so that's how you do it. Right. So just, over here, by the way, I have mentioned, I'm just going to go back for 1 second, that over here, what you can do, one of the ways to get started on this, so you can think of like a heading, okay, for yourself. And then you can follow up by like keywords. Okay, so basically what you do is you claim your niche, and then, so I'll say I'm a marketing student, and then I'll go into specific expertise that I have. Okay, so this way I will be talking about the generic keyword, which is marketing, and I will be listing out my expertise. So, for example, over here, I said I'm a third-year marketing student, and then I give like a space. Don't forget to give this break. You can use a dash, you can use this sort of thing, or you can, or you can use brackets. But I think this is usually the way that people write it. So you can write like third-year marketing student, digital marketing, market research, SEO, SEM, writing. So these are all my skills, right, that I have gained. And these are, hot words in the marketing industry. Okay. And I just want to point out, guys, like there are so many examples out there. Okay. So many examples are out there. Just because I'm writing this, it does not mean that this is the norm. I'm just giving you guys like a head start, and just like a draft on what you can put out there and just an idea. But there's so many articles out there, and Business Insider is actually a very, very good resource for this. You can browse through, like they have so many articles on LinkedIn profiles. So while I'm giving you a brief idea, also go into other resources and research, and then come up with your headline. Everything needs to be revised. So just because you make your profile once does not mean that you don't need to go back to it. Keep revising, keep refining, always. All right, so you can choose the industry over here. For me, I will choose marketing. And then you have the summary section, okay? And the summary section frames who you are and what you're looking for. So whether you're looking for a new job or looking for new leads, consider your summary as your elevator pitch, okay? So having a strong summary will really help ensure that you turn up your LinkedIn searches from recruiters, hiring managers, or other people who may want to work for you. Your summary should include experience, skills, motivation, and interests. It's also a great place to highlight what you want to be known for. And this is your chance to kind of let your personality shine through, right? So make sure you do that. Before I show you what I wrote as a summary, I wanted to take this moment to kind of tell you some some quick tips on your LinkedIn summary. Okay, so you have about 2,000 characters, so you can divide that into 3 to 4 short paragraphs. And guys, by short paragraphs, I mean very short paragraphs, like maybe 3 lines each. Okay. This is a place for you to share who you are and what makes you great, but that doesn't mean that you put down every single thing that you can think of. People don't have time to read so much, so short paragraphs. Lose the jargon, stay away from buzzwords. Remember, we spoke about, I'm not sure if you guys joined my previous webinars, but we spoke about how buzzwords have been overused, right? So we want to avoid using them in our resumes, cover letter, and even on our LinkedIn profiles because they have just lost their importance. Also, just write how you speak. So think about how you would speak to someone you met at a conference and write that way, okay? So, for example, if you have a funny way of talking, if you have like a funny personality, then be funny. If you're high energy, be high energy, right? This is really good because it kind of gives an insight into your personality. Show lots of white space. So what I mean is, like, if you have like 3 paragraphs, make sure there's spacing between each paragraph, okay? Otherwise, it's really hard to read. You can also use bullet points and subheadings to make it easier for the eyes. Use keywords. Include keywords that highlight your top skills. I want to make you understand this idea of keyword density over here, right? And that basically means it's like your keyword showing up multiple times throughout your profile. So the more you have them, the better it is. So if you have them in your headline, like we discussed before, and then you got them in your summary, you're basically creating density. And we want you to do that throughout your profile, because the more you have that, the more chances of you appearing in all the searches. You can add rich media. So if you have a video or article about your company or something that you have done, if you're a writer, you can share your articles. You can add that, okay? Proofread, okay? Like I always say, guys, your first draft should never be your final draft. Make sure you revise it many times. Have your peers read it for you, because sometimes there's so many typos and errors. Let me show you 2 examples of good summaries. Now, I'm not going to actually read this. You will have the presentation later on, so you can go through it in detail. But I have highlighted, like, why these summaries are good. So we have Rebecca over here. Her tone is very approachable. She's very clear on why she loves what she does. She's also including personal facts, but they don't overshadow her professional ones, okay? She's also inviting connections by saying, I look forward to connecting with you all, right? And here's another example. So this is also really good. We have Alexandra. She positions Spotify, where she currently works, as a very exciting place. So she's passionate about what she does, and that's very good. She's very specific on what sort of people she's looking for, because she's a recruiter. She's also given a link to her magazine, which is awesome. It's like, it's evidence of your work, right? So if you have something like that, it really helps. And she's also, she's inviting like specific types of candidates. So she's very, very specific on what she wants, which is also great. Right. So coming back to this, I filled it in very briefly. Now over here, I have not added any personal insights, but make sure you add that as well, like at the bottom. And guys, again, this is in no way, this is the template, that you need to follow. Like I said, there's so many resources out there. I'm just trying to help you kind of get started, so you can take some sort of idea. But this is really not the I won't say that you should just use this. No, not at all. And always refine, always go back to more and more resources. The more you research about each and every section of LinkedIn, the more you're going to learn. And you will be surprised at the amount of information that's out there for each and every section. So if you're going to search for how your summary should be on LinkedIn, oh my God, there will be so many resources, right? So make sure you do that and you keep refining. Okay, so now that that's done, you also have an opportunity to add any media. So for example, any written articles or anything like that, like we discussed earlier. I don't have anything, so I can just go ahead and click save. So see, now we filled in quite a bit, and it actually looks really nice. It looks so much better, doesn't it? We have a picture, we have a headline, we have summary. It automatically just looks so much better. right? So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to click on Add Profile section, and I'm going to go ahead and add some skills. By the way, I don't know if you can see, but at the bottom right here, we have profile strength. So do you see how right after we filled in our headline and summary, our profile strength has gone to intermediate from beginner? Cool, right? So as you keep filling in, it will become even better. And once you're at once it's perfect, it's going to tell you it's perfect. Okay. So to make it perfect, I'm going to go ahead and add some skills. And guys, I'm highlighting skills because it's very, very important. You can add other things as well. Okay. So you can choose over here what other things you want to add, and you can keep adding. But for the purpose of this webinar, I really want to focus on skills. It's very important because these are keywords, and we have learned that keywords are key in everything that we do these days, from your resume, your cover letter, your LinkedIn, everything, okay? So let's go ahead and add a few skills. So I'm just going to click on this, and it's going to take me here. So what I'll do over here is that I will search for all the skills I have. So for example, if I have skills in market research, I'll type market research and I'll add it. And I'll keep adding like this. I do want to, say that make sure you're only adding the skills that you actually have the skills for. Yeah, I've seen many people, what they do is they go ahead, and to be honest, even once upon a time, I used to do the same thing. I would just add skills, but that does not really add any value to your profile. Like in the long run, as you move ahead in your professional career, honesty goes a long way. And if you only have if you put down the skills that you're really skilled in, it's only going to be an advantage for you, right? So put down all the things that you're good at over here. Okay. And then once you're done, you can click Add. So see, after I added, my profile strength has increased even more. Okay, and I'm almost there. So I just have one little bar to go. So I'm going to go back up to Add Profile section, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my work experience. Okay, so this is up to you. You actually have an option of saying that this does not apply to you, and you will be done with your profile. But guys, I'm sure there must be some sort of work experience that you must have had, like, for example, working on a project or working part-time in your college. Anything. It's very important. I'm sure in every single job that you do, you learn something, okay? So don't underestimate yourself and say, no, I don't have anything like that. Just think about it. No, you must have something. You must have worked on a project, right? So list that. You just think about all of that, okay? And I'm not like, so just make sure you add your work experience. Okay. So let me go ahead and do that. I'll do this and see. So now I've added a position. So for example, I worked as a marketing assistant at the University of Cape Town. So this is where I am studying. So I said, okay, I did like a marketing assistant position. So obviously this is part-time, only for like 2 years. And then I put in a description about how I was responsible for creating and executing marketing campaigns, evaluating metrics, collaborating with internal teams. And then I put down like bullet points of basically key things that I achieved. Now, you need to, so whatever you worked in, obviously, it might be related to the industry. So, for example, if you worked on a project, I'm sure the project was related to your career of interest, right? So this is marketing based, but you can change it to your industry. You can, and again, I would like to repeat, This is not the standard. It's just kind of a way to show you guys, just help visualize how everything's going to look like. So even if you have worked in a library part-time, you can talk about how you were responsible of managing data for customers. There is always a way to make even the simplest of jobs sound much more meaningful. Okay, so you just need to do that research and put it down in a meaningful way rather than saying, oh, I was just an assistant there. No, that does not help, right? So you can do that. After I do all of this, I'm going to click save, and that's it. So see, now I got an all-star, and that means that my major components are there. So all-star does not mean that my profile is perfect and all recruiters are now going to come to me. Okay, no. All it means is that you have filled in major components, and that's good. Now, my job is to keep going back, guys, and refining it. And my job is to come up with better keywords, better description, and even a better summary, okay? So you're never really done with your LinkedIn profile, just like you're never really done with your resume, right? So you need to keep going back. You need to keep refining it. Don't forget to do that. Right. So one interesting thing here, you can actually go to the section, edit public profile and URL. Okay. And what you can do is you can use this section to make it more memorable. Remember in our previous webinars, we spoke about adding a link to your LinkedIn profile on the resume. So this is that place where you do that, okay? And like so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Right. So see, I have, it says www.linkedin.com/in/user testing. That's because the name of this profile is user testing. So I said user testing. So this can be your name. If your name is taken, obviously, because there may be more than one person with the same name. So you can use your initials, but just something that's more memorable, right? Okay, done that. Right, so let's sum up all of this. And so here are some quick tips on your LinkedIn profile. Of course, have a great photo. Profiles with photos generate more search matches and views. Better photos equals better outcomes. Help people contact you, so include your personal email address, not phone number, because you wouldn't want people calling you like that. Use your headline well. Again, people need to understand who you are, what you do. So the best headline is always unique to you guys, okay? So just play around with it till you get it right. Don't sound desperate. Even if you're unemployed, don't use words like actively searching for a job or actively seeking opportunities. Yeah, that is so common. Don't do that. Write how people read. So everybody reads differently on screens and devices. Short paragraphs with easily digestible words are a better choice. If your role is, so short paragraphs, easily digestible words, okay? Include keywords, like we went through the whole thing. Use job descriptions that can help you define keywords that are relevant to your audience. Reflect on your accomplishments, because this is your way of presenting yourself online and selling yourself online. Quantify your accomplishments in a meaningful way. Proofread. I've seen high-level executive profiles with typos and errors, and that's not cool. Also make sure the dates match your resume and be consistent in capitalization and punctuation. Get recommendations. Ask people to recommend you, your previous employer, your colleagues. Just go out to them and ask them to recommend you. It really helps. Be active. So activity on LinkedIn raises your score in their algorithm. So if you're liking a lot of things, you're posting relevant information. So don't just post anything, don't just like anything, but relevant things. It will really help you come up in the search better. And of course, customizing your URL for better, to be more personalized and better, right? All right, guys, so that brings us to the end of our session. If you have any questions, please let us know in the chat box, or you can even unmute yourself. Any questions? All right, so I don't think anybody has any questions. Is being premium adds to my account? Yes, Elham, it actually does add to your account. If you're premium, if you have a premium account, you are preferred to be shown in the search results for recruiters. So it does that. Thank you, Sona. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you, Jude. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Any more questions? We will miss your sauces, Bernard. Well, if you want to know more, if you want to have, more topics, please let me know, and we'll come back for more. Like seriously, I'll miss you guys too. Thank you, Mahmood. Thank you, Emma. All right. So we have a question from Salma. I'm in second year of computer science. What can I write in my work experience? So, Selma, it's not really, you don't have to write something in your work experience. But for example, if you have worked on a project for your university that was very important, that required you to work with quite a lot of people, and you really let's say came up with something that was innovative and different, and so if you were creating a solution, then you can actually add your project as your work experience, right? Recruiters don't expect current students or just recent graduates to have proper work experience. They're more looking for their part-time experiences or project experiences, things like that. Anything else, guys? Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you guys enjoyed this. And of course, the recording will be available. And don't forget to join our Facebook group. We constantly post great material over there. And if you have any question, you can reach out to me on my email. And yeah, thank you so much for joining. And now I will. Okay, we have a question from Mahmood. If I have a lot of work experience and my age is too young, will it be good to add all of my work experience? You add all the relevant ones, right? So the most important ones that you feel have really, added some value to your personality, right? Like, so let's say if I have 5 jobs that I worked on, I will select maybe 2 or 3 that were very challenging, that were long, so not something that was much longer than the other one, that added a lot of value, where I gained more skills. So when you have a lot of work experience, it's a good thing, because then you really get time to sit down and think about what is more important. So just make sure you put down the relevant ones. And you can give me your feedback on the survey that Guru just posted. Make sure you guys do that. If you give me good feedback, it's good for me. My manager will be happy to give me. If you guys like this webinar, please give me good feedback. Okay. How do we get recorded sessions in this webinar? Ruth will post the link. And we have a repository where you can find everything. So she just posted it, okay? And one more tip, better to add a customized message when connecting to personal profiles. Yes, that's true. If you're reaching out, so here's one thing I want to highlight. A lot of people just go and add people that they don't know. Don't do that, because what's going to happen eventually as you move further in your career, you're going to have, like, let's say 600, 700 connections, out of which you will know maybe 20, okay, or maybe 100, okay. So that's never good, because you can never have that personal connection with anybody. You will never be able to really leverage that network, right? So you can add people, but don't just go around adding them for no reason. Like, have some sort of agenda. So for example, if there is a job posting and I know the recruiter who posted the job, connecting to that recruiter makes sense. Okay, and I will send a personalized message with that. But just going on my LinkedIn profile and seeing somebody and saying, oh, okay, this person has so many connections, so I will get connected with them. It does not make sense. Okay, so think about it. It's 50-50. All right. Okay, I don't think we have any more questions, so I'm gonna pass over to Varut. Sorry, guys.
Okay, thank you so much, Fatima, for this webinar. And we will be sure missing your soft skills webinars. But guys, go to the survey, and if you want more of the soft skills webinars, or if you want new topics in this field, please feel free to share your opinions there, so we can arrange future webinars in soft skills, and Fatima can give more webinars. So like, just go there, give her your feedback over this webinar, and suggest more. Maybe you can suggest more of the topics that you have on mind. So that's one thing. Another thing that I want to emphasize is that all of our webinars, the previous ones, are available now on a folder that I shared previously the link, but I'm gonna share it again just to include what I've shared before. So on this link, you will find all of the previous webinars, the presentations, and recordings. This for this webinar, I'll be posting the presentation and recording very shortly. I'll make it available for you guys, and I hope you learn from these webinars. What else? Do you have any questions on mind, or if you have any concern, just please share it with us now on the chat, or maybe just unmute yourself and talk to me if you have any questions, or anything that I can help you with on the platform. I'm really glad with the crowd today. You have been very interactive, and don't forget to join us on our next webinar, which is going to be by me, about about how to deploy your first app using DevOps. So please, all of you, come. I'm inviting you to my webinar. Come there, be interactive, and give me and give me positive comments, just like the ones you gave to Fatima. So Mahmoud is asking, when is that going to happen? So it's like next Thursday, this Thursday. It's going to happen on the 20th of June at the same time. So just if you go to our Facebook group and join it from there, you can check all of the updates about the previous ones, and the like the updates about the upcoming webinars. So I hope you're enjoying our webinars so far. And if you have any topic in mind, just please share it with us. We will be more than glad to hear your opinion. If you have nothing on mind right now to send on the chat, I'll have to close the session and meet you guys on Thursday, all of you. Okay, thank you all for joining and have a great day. Thank you.